Hello, it's Glamstract here. In today's video, I'm going to be testing the new Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Powder Foundation. This is a medium to full coverage foundation for all, flawless filter effect. I've already done my skincare with the Origins product. I've actually filmed myself using those products in my previous video. If you want to go and check it out, you're more than welcome. And I've also prepped and primed my skin with the vitamin-enriched face base. As per usual, I use that before I apply any foundation on my face. Just before I go ahead and apply the Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Powder Foundation on my face, I do want to apply just a little bit of cream concealer first, and I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown Instant Full Coverage Concealer, just because I don't know how cream on top of powder will react. I don't know, I always felt a bit uncomfortable putting cream on top of powder, as you would feel, I guess. So I'm gonna apply just a little bit of concealer first, and then I'm gonna apply the foundation powder afterwards. If you want to know more about the Instant Full Coverage Concealer by Bobbi Brown, I do have a dedicated video so you can go and scroll down and check that video. I'm gonna quickly apply this under my eyes, and I will come back once this is blended to review the powder foundation. The shade I usually use for the Pro Filt'r foundations, I use both the soft matte and the hydrating. I use both in 190, so I thought I'm gonna get the same shade, 190, and hopefully it's not going to oxidize and get darker on my skin. I don't know about that. So this is what the foundation looks like. As I'm sure you've seen everywhere now online, it comes with two mirrors, one here, the powder, and then another mirror underneath, and underneath you'll find a little sponge that Fenty advised to use when applying this foundation. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this sponge with it. Start applying it on the skin. I personally prefer liquid foundations because I like the hydrating effect, but sometimes a soft matte foundation doesn't really bother me. I'll go for it. First thought, now that I'm applying it for the first time on my skin, I feel like it's slightly, but very tiny bit darker than the 190 in the liquid formula. But I'm not too concerned because it's not too dark. It's just like very slightly darker. But if you're concerned about that, maybe I would suggest go for just one shade lighter. It does feel nice to the touch, like it's quite soft. It's not drying my skin. I know I just applied on my skin, so I don't know if it's fair really to talk about already how I feel it. But at first impact I have, it doesn't feel drying. I don't know about you, but sometimes I go through phases. I used to love matte foundations or soft matte foundations. On skin, normal to combination, I loved it. But now as I get older, I feel like my skin crave hydration even in foundations. So I love a glowy and hydrating foundation. But this one, so far pleasantly surprised. It's not drying my skin, but I guess we'll see in a little bit how the skin reacts. In terms of coverage, it claims to be medium to full coverage, but I would say it's a light to medium, more than medium to full. It's not super medium to full. I mean, as you see, I've been patting it on and going over the same places, and pretty much I'm getting the same coverage. It's not building up. So yeah, let's do the rest of my face. Here is the final application of the foundation on my skin. I mean, in camera looks awesome. It looks like really smooth, filtered out, and I'm using like just natural daylight, no filters of course. Coverage wise, as I said before, I wouldn't say it's medium to full, but definitely like a light to building to medium max. Blurring, it's not really blurring. I can still see my pores where I usually tend to get more larger pores, but nothing too dramatic. It's doing a okay job, I would say. It's quite nice, pleasant. And yeah, I mean, it seems like a quite standard powder foundation. I'm just gonna quickly zoom in so you can see a little bit closer what it looks like on my skin, but as I said, I'm okay. Like, honestly, I think it's fine, this foundation. It looks pretty. It looks like it's giving me some coverage. The only critiques I would say, it won't show up on camera right now, but it seems slightly darker, but very slightly, like it's bearable. That's the only critique I would give to this. The rest is absolutely fine. I went very quickly off camera just to the rest of my face, applied a little bit of bronzer, blush and highlighter on. I think looks fine, to be honest. Just out of curiosity, what I wanted to do, because it didn't really cover my 2 blemishes that just come and visit me recently, I want to try a little bit of a liquid product on top of the foundation, because I mean, as I said at the beginning, I didn't use concealer because I didn't want to disturb the powder of the foundation. But now, because it didn't really cover it, why not? We are here. I'm just gonna go ahead and try and apply a little bit of liquid on top of the powder and see really how it holds up. Yeah. Seems okay. I mean, this one over here didn't give me any particular, you know, discrepancies or anything that should disturb the powder underneath. This one, it's all right. It's just creating those like white little particles, I guess, of skin, or the powder maybe got caught underneath and it's creating those like dryness patches, but nothing too dramatic, just very little. Like, you need to zoom in to actually look into it. But you probably could use concealer, like liquid products, over this powder as well. Enough rambling about it. I hope you like this video. Please leave me a comment down below and tell me what you think about this foundation, if you used it, or if you could advise me any other ways to use it. I don't know, because I was thinking as well in my head, what if I use this as a sort of setting powder on top of a liquid foundation that I've used. Probably not a matte foundation, because I don't want to end up doing matte on top of matte on top of matte. So maybe like if I use like a hydrating foundation and I want to set some areas of my face and I use this on top, would it work? I'll give it a try and I'll let you know. Don't forget to subscribe. I mean, if you're watching and you're here, why don't you just hit the button to subscribe just down here so we can create a bigger family, and who knows? Follow me on my social media, which is just Instagram, to be honest. That's where I post the most. I don't really use Facebook or Twitter these days, or ever. But Instagram, yes, love it. Thank you for watching again, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye.